I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 loadouts that you should be using right now in Resurgence and Warzone. To kick things off, let's go ahead and show the fastest time to kill ARs and the fastest time to kill SMGs. And now the reason I'm showing you guys these charts is because if you guys just want the fastest time to kill gun, you're going to be able to see at the bottom of the video each gun highlighted in its own section, so you can go right to that fastest killing gun or whatever gun you want to use from this chart. All right, so to kick these off, we're going to start with the SMGs, and the BP50 normally isn't an SMG. However, this is now the fastest time to kill gun up close with this new conversion kit that they just added for this week's weekly challenges. This conversion kit turns the BP50 into an actual SMG now with a very fast fire rate and very low recoil, great movement, and a very fast ADS speed. If you get chest shots with this gun, the time to kill comes out to around 610 milliseconds, which is 2 milliseconds faster than that HRM and a decent bit faster than that Striker 9. If you guys haven't leveled this out and try it out yet, I highly recommend you guys do so because it is currently the fastest killing SMG right now. It does use AR ammo though, so that's definitely a reason to want to use one of the other subs that I'm about to talk about. For SMG number 2, we're going to be talking about the Striker 9. Now, the Striker 9 does kill 30 milliseconds slower than that BP50. However, the movement on the Striker 9 100% makes up for it. A very easy gun to use, and it has very low recoil. For the class setup, we're going to use the sag and grip for recoil, the 50-round jump for the fast fire rate, because we don't want to run out of bullets in the middle of a gunfight. The XRK is for a little bit extra movement speed. The sag compensated keeps out the minimap and helps us get a little bit more recoil control. And the barrel is going to help us have faster ADS speed and better fire speed, allowing us to get the first bullet off in gunfights. This is the third fastest killing SMG in the game right now, but it's definitely still part of the meta because it is the incredible movement qualities and how fast the gun is. And then for the third SMG I want to talk about in today's video before I jump into the ARs and the primary guns, this is the best HRM setup to use after the most recent update. It's still pretty much the exact same HRM that everybody has been using for the last month or so, except for the fact that I take off the ammo type, the high grain ammo, and use the Thor 90 barrel. The Thor 90 barrel is much more beneficial because you're going to notice some of these bonuses you get pretty much every single gunfight. For example, the sprint speed you get, the ADS speed you get, you're going to notice those in pretty much every single gunfight, whereas that high grain ammo type only benefits you in like a 1 meter range, which is from 11 meters to 13 meters. So in the grand scheme of things, that 2 meter distance is the only time you're actually going to be seeing benefit from high grain. So you're going to notice those benefits way less compared to, again, that Thor 90 barrel. The rest of the class is the exact same. All right, that's all the subs I want to talk about. Those are the main 3 meta SMGs that you guys need to know or be aware of, and those are the classes for them. And before I show you guys the assault rifles, G Fuel is doing a huge sale, and you guys can save big with my discount code KP or by clicking the G Fuel link in the description. G Fuel is the best sugar-free energy formula on the market right now. They've got hundreds of different flavors that you can try, so I know they have something that you'll love. Make sure to use code KP or click the link in the description to save big. All right, so to kick off the ARs, I want to start by talking about the SVA 545, and there's a couple of different classes for this I'm going to give you guys. This class setup is for people who prefer to use a 2.5 zoom and to have that kind of longer range optic on the guns. Long story short, this build maximizes the gun for damage range. And in the tap fire mode, you get basically 0 recoil on the gun. I do want to talk about, though, one more setup for this because while that setup is really good, this setup using a low zoom optic allows you to kind of get away with a little bit more of the recoil, especially with this gun in particular. Since we're using this in tap fire mode, adding the low zoom optic really does make this gun feel like it has 0 recoil, and it allows us to add attachments that actually hit harder from far away. While the other class setup may be a little bit easier to use at long ranges because of that really big zoom optic we had on it, this class setup is actually going to technically kill faster and hit harder. Again, if you do have that preference for that 2.5x optic, just go ahead and use the first setup. But I do think that this class setup right here on screen is better. This is also the perfect time to remind you guys of the time to kill charts, with the SVA being pretty much neck and neck with that Ram 7, which actually takes you to the updated class setup for the Ram 7, in which we're going to be using the Cassis brake, the Cronin headwind long barrel, the Brune heavy support grip, 60 round drum, and the HVS 3.4 pad. Class setup is maximized for damage range and recoil control. That way we get that really nice no recoil feel that this gun and the SVA both have. And while they've nerfed the Ram 7 in the last couple of updates, the gun still remains a meta AR just because of its great ease of use and really low recoil. It's kind of like the Kilo from back in the day. It has a really fast fire rate, really low recoil, so it's going to be hard to kind of kick out of that meta because of its incredible consistent feel. The Ram 7 and the SVA that I just talked about, though, will lose gunfights to 1 AR. That actually brings me to the last primary in today's video, the SOA Subverter. And to be honest with you guys, it's pretty much the exact same idea as the Ram 7, except we're not using an underbarrel, we're using the rear grip. The rear grip controls more recoil than the underbarrel in this gun. It's just overall, without getting too nerdy and into the stats, a lot better and a lot more stable. But we basically maximize this class for damage range, making sure we hit the hardest and far away and having the least recoil. This gun kills significantly faster if we look at that chart again for the ARs than all of the other primaries. It's kind of similar to the AMAX back in the day in the sort of sense of it having a very fast time to kill. However, it is definitely a little bit harder to use from far away. This gun has a really annoying side-to-side sway or horizontal recoil, and that's one of the main reasons people don't like using this and opt for something like that SVA or that Ram 7. And that's pretty much everything you guys need to know about the best ARs and SMGs in Warzone right now. If you have any questions about my class setup, please let me know down in the comments below. I get back to literally every single comment. As always, thank you guys for the love and support. I really appreciate it. Okay, see you guys in the next